Hey, my name is CeeCee and welcome to another Donna Downey Studios Artist Gang video. So this week I'm very excited to present to you an art journal page. I had a quote in mind for that page and I needed to illustrate this with a face. Now, I have drawn faces in the past and I've had some successes and sometimes I got frustrated. So I find a good way to circumvent that frustration is either to use a stencil or a stamp. In this case, I have used Avery, which is a beautiful image by Donna Downey Studios, and I'm going to show you how I was able to take that stamp and make it my own, personalize it in a way that made me happy without having to struggle. Now, please understand that this video is sped up considerably because we need to stay within some time frame. So if you have missed something along the way or if something was too fast for you, don't hesitate to send me your questions and I will gladly answer them. So now it's time to watch my process and I hope that you'll enjoy this video.
I'm going to be doing a background with a water-soluble product, so I'm protecting my seam with a piece of masking tape and white gesso, and then I'm layering clear gesso that will provide me the good grip that the watercolor needs. The focus of this page is a stamped face, and this is Avery by Donna Downey Studios. I'm tracing very lightly around it with a pencil just to position it. Around that shape, I'm adding some stenciling with watering can archival ink. It is waterproof, and which is very important since I'm going to be adding a lot of water over that. I'll be using 4 stencils, all by Donna Downey Studios, and they are Scribble Script, Alphabet Rerun, Numbers Repetitive, and Donna's Glazes. I've now started the process of coloring the background, and I'm using Neocolor 2s, which are wax pastels that are water soluble. And I'm building very lightly first. I'm going to add some more later on. My color palette is yellow and shades of blues and turquoise and some gray. And all the supplies that I'm using today will be listed in Donna's blog post as well as linked below in the description box if you're watching directly on YouTube. I have stamped Avery with jet black archival ink, and now I'm just reinforcing the background colors to make them more vivid. When I play with Neocolors, I prefer to grab the color with my paintbrush directly from the crayon as opposed to scribbling on the paper, but that's just a question of preference. You can do either. I decided to add a tag. This is a craft tag number 8, I believe, and I'm using pottery can for the ink. I'm going to cover that up with gel medium because I want to do kind of like a reveal technique. I needed to protect the stenciling. Now I'm adding white gesso and letting that dry, and with a BB wipe I'm going to remove some of that gesso to reveal the stenciling underneath, but not completely. I wanted this to look shabby. Also added some colors to the tag. I went ahead and printed a quote from my printer, and since I wasn't sure how the ink would react to any glue, I decided to add the gel medium directly onto the tag and then place the quote very gently over that medium so as not to smear the ink. I'm also adding a pair of eyeglasses with modeling paste. While the tag is drying, I'm going to have a bit of fun. I'm using Pitt Artist pens, the black one, and this is the S tip, which stands for small, to go around the stamped image. And then I'm going to add some doodling in the hair, and this is what the fun is for me. If you like detailed work like I do, you're going to like that Zen-ish like process. It's a lot of fun. For this, I'm using the extra small tip, or the XS tip, still the Pitt Artist pen. And you're going to see with the final result, it really adds to that beautiful stamped image. And now I'm going to have some more fun by adding shadows to the face. I'm using the black Stabilo Marxall pencil. And you're not seeing this, but in my left hand I have a baby wipe, which I use to wet my blending finger. And I find that's the best method for me to have the blending that I want. It doesn't add too much water. I decided to add some eyeglasses stenciling onto the page just to tie in with the one that's on the tag. Since I want to do some glazing on that tag, I needed to protect that text, and I did some testing and it didn't bleed when I added the gel medium. For the glaze, I'm adding equal parts of black paint and acrylic glazing liquid satin medium, and I'm going to let that dry for about a minute and remove most of it with a baby wipe. I didn't want it too dry because I didn't want it to compete with the rest of the page. This is glossy accents to create the illusion of real glass, and this is what it looks like when it's dry. It's pretty cool. I'm gluing the tag with gel medium. This is the soft gel medium. And I'm going to be adding some accents with a white paint pen. My paint pen was leaking heavily, so I've had to do some corrections afterwards with the artist pen. This is a beautiful stamp, and I love how the doodling and the shadows really brings it to the foreground. And plus, I've made a face and I didn't have to draw it. Awesome. And here's a close-up of this page. You'll also have detailed photos at the end. This was a fun and relaxing project for me to do because I had the right tools for it. They came together very easily. I hope you've enjoyed this process video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Artist Gang channel and our Facebook group if you haven't already done so. We post a project every week and the links are down below. As usual, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below and I will see you soon. Bye!